By goodness me, it's hot in the Red House Antique Centre, but we do love it, don't we, Lucy?
We do, yes.
We do. We love the hot weather. Now, I keep meaning on YouTube to make a video about miniatures, little miniature paintings, and I haven't got round to it, but coincidentally and very luckily for you, I've just met Lucy. Lucy here works at the Red House and she collects and buys and sells miniatures. So let's get some top tips from Lucy on what to look out for when buying a miniature. Come on then, Lucy, tell us something we don't know about miniatures.
So there's a lot to them. I started collecting them a year or so ago, and I've now probably got about 40. I wear some of them.
Oh, I can see that. Do you mind? Would you mind terribly?
No.
Do we know who this is?
It's got her name on the back.
Who is it?
Somebody still. I can't actually remember her first
talking
name
still,
now.
keep still, because that's a lock of hair, isn't it?
Yes, and it's 1909.
Okay, let's have a look at her face again.
And it's
Wow.
9 carat pearls.
Wow.
So it was obviously quite a well-known, child to have it in gold. It was obviously quite, an important thing.
Yeah, and also to have the lock of hair. How does that make you feel?
I get a lot of compliments on it, and a lot of people think it's very interesting. That it might be a morning one, or it might have been a birthday or something. So but I just think it's nice that I carry it around with me and have a little bit of a with me when I go anywhere. So and I do wear quite a lot of them. Yeah.
But we talk about antiques being a connection to the past and to real people long gone and forgotten.
Yeah.
That little girl is long gone and forgotten, but not now, because you are keeping her memory alive.
Yeah.
And that, you're right, that connection to that person who was very special to somebody.
Yeah.
It is special in itself, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's, I've got, it's more the children ones that I collect. And I've got ones that are sisters, and you can tell that it's like a double-sided locket with sisters, or it might even be the same child that's been painted as a young baby, and then when they're a bit older. So there's a lot to them, and this is one here. So this is set in silver. This is painted on a piece of porcelain, all hand painted, and it's hallmarked silver on the back there. So
what date is that?
It's from 1925.
Now, what is that? It's not a pendant, so does it stand? Has it got like a tripod to it, like an easel?
Well, she's just put plaque on this one. So,
so it's a wall hanger then,
so it's
isn't
like
it?
a wall hanging. Yeah, you mean I was quite interested maybe in buying this at one point.
What sort of money is it?
220. So if I bought this, I would probably have a veil put on and wear it.
Yes. Why not?
But I do have quite a few on porcelain that I have on the wall. And
now tell me, you said, because it's hand painted.
Yeah.
Not everybody knows how to tell whether something is hand painted.
Yeah.
So can you give us a few tips?
So not so much actually with the porcelain ones, but with these especially, you can often tell, so under an eyeglass, and when I first started, I didn't know what I was doing. I saw one that I liked at an antique fair, and it was under an eyeglass. I could tell that it was painted, hand painted, by seeing very, very fine brush strokes, which is probably done with a single hair, painting brush.
So you need a magnifying glass.
You need a very good magnifying glass. You need to know what you're sort of looking at as well.
But practice makes perfect with these things. And what about with the print? You may well even see the little pixelations.
You can often see the little pixels, and you can tell that it's transferred, but definitely not hand painted. But often with these, and especially with the sort of fair children, the fair skin, you can often see on the face, very, very, very tiny little brush strokes that makes up the complexion of the face, which
can I just say, you're a very interesting person, because I don't meet very many people these days who collect miniature paintings, and specifically those of young children. It's a very niche market. Why? How did this happen to you, Lucy?
I went into it. I've always been baby and child mad.
Have you?
So from being very young, I've collected dolls. I've I've got some antique dolls, but a lot are more modern. But anything baby related I've always been interested in. I don't have any kids and I have no plans to have any kids yet.
You don't need to, you've got all these miniature paintings of them.
But I don't know, I just like the subject, and my wall, like I say, I've got like a pyramid with sort of 40, 50 maybe. I've got quite a few. Some that I bought to start with aren't so good, and they've just got better as I've got better at looking for them.
Well, that's right, because as a collector you just get better. But you're a dealer as well. You work in here, I'm assuming. Yeah, because you had keys to the cabinet.
Yeah.
Otherwise that was going to look a bit dodgy, wasn't it? Yeah, so you do work here as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant, excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, Lucy, that's fantastic. Good top tips, and lovely to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
And goodbye from the glorious York and the fabulous Red House Antique Centre.